Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Platt Arena here in Huntington, Indiana. I'm Noah Tobias along with Ryan Lockhart. And again, welcome to Platt Arena here at Huntington University. Ryan, we got a good contest here tonight, and really, we have a good tournament here as Huntington University hosts this tournament. And Huntington University is now playing IU Northeast, but just right before this game started, we had a couple of teams also face off, Clark University and also Trinity University. And Trinity ended up winning 93-89. What were a couple of things that you actually saw in that contest that you were either impressed with or kind of discouraged about there?
Yeah, that was a really good matchup between Clark and Trinity, Noah. We saw Trinity was out in the second half when I was kind of watching the game and kind of got more interested in it. They were kind of on a roll, and it didn't look like Clark was going to get back in it, but Clark got some calls going their way and made actually a really big run. I believe it was around 10 points they made, cut the lead down and actually took the lead over, but Trinity, calm and composed, come back in it and sealed the deal late with some free throws.
Yeah, definitely. So Trinity won 93-89, and Trinity will be playing at 3 o'clock tomorrow versus the winner of Huntington University and IU Northeast. And Clark University will be playing at the 1 o'clock consolation game. So just something to look forward to a little bit there. But Ryan, kind of looking to this game now, Huntington versus IU Northeast. Huntington comes into this game 1-2, lost against St. Xavier in their home opener 89-96, and then lost to Concordia 76-91, but then just got a win off of Lawrence Tech University 71-57. And then also IU Northeast, they come into this matchup going 2-2, win against Judson and Silver Lake, which is out of Wisconsin, and then they lost against Aquinas and Roosevelt University. So really, you know, both teams, again, started this season. Last year, IU went 21-11. So really, they had a pretty decent season last year. They brought back their couple leading scorers, which is Richard Rashad. And really, you got to think that he's going to be carrying this team here tonight a little bit, as well as he is still their leading scorer to this day.
Yeah, and last season, Noah, they helped set the record for most program wins in a season for them with 21, which that's a big accomplishment for any coach, let alone a coach in his first year. And on top of that, Rashad Richardson, that you mentioned, averaged 21 points a game last year, coming out 17 points so far, which is a little low, but for a player like him, he did pick that up at the later part of the season last year, kind of the conference play. So that's something, maybe it's just out of conference, he doesn't play well, but it looks like he's up to par. We didn't see him play against Silver Lake. So he's only played in 3 games this year, but looking to rebound in his 4th game tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Last year also, IU Northeast, they were number 2 in the NAIA with points scored per game, with 92 points average there. And so far, they've also averaged 92 points a game as well. So they're not really that high to that point, but then they were also ranked 5th in the NAIA with offensive rebounds per game, which they averaged 14 offensive rebounds a game last year. But then for Huntington, you know, you're looking for Mike Bush right now, and you're looking for Tyler Ahrens. Really, Tyler Ahrens has done a great job coming out with a couple of really good games. He is number 3 individually in the NAIA with 3 blocks per game, and then also number 8 in the NAIA with 9 total blocks per game. But also Mike Bush, you know, new season, same story for Mike Bush. He is number 1 in the NAIA for assists per game. He is averaging 10.6 assists per game with a total of 32 assists in his first 3 games. So really, it's great to see him just picking up right where he left off. He's number 5 individually for total assists, but I mean, that's just because he's only played in 3 games. So as the season goes on, he's going to be going up there individually with total assists for the season. So it's really going to be fun to watch them do what they do best and just pass the ball, play really good basketball, Ryan.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good matchup for both teams tonight. We'll see how they can both kind of come out and compete with each other a little bit here.
Yeah, really, it's gonna look to be a good game, and we will not do any national anthem, so we will stay right here just because we're not doing national anthem because of the game before us, I believe. Actually, no, we are going to do national anthem, so we will take a quick break as we go to national anthem. Again, this is FDN Sports. I'm Noah Tobias. That is Ryan Lockhart, and this is FDN Sports.
When a family has to make one of the biggest decisions of their lives, they need more than a realtor.
I need a house.
They need an extraordinary team of experts working day in and day out to provide service and knowledge to get the job done right. Anything short of intensity, passion, and drive is unacceptable. Introducing the Ness Brothers, an unstoppable force of realtors here to turn the biggest decision of your life into a walk in the park.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bit of music.
Hello and welcome to FDN News. I'm Kelsey Cruz.
Hi everyone and welcome down to Forest Glen Park. I'm Logan Hunt.
Hello, it's Hannah here on Forester Radio 105.5 FM, WQHU. That was just Brother with Need to Breathe, and up next we have Hillsong with Touch the Sky.
Once the floodwaters go down for
this program, I felt like really prepared me well for what it would be like to be in the news industry.
From yesterday to today, the water has certainly risen and spread.
You become a one-man band by the time you graduate, which that's something that people are looking for. People who can shoot, write, and edit all their own stuff.
I was definitely blessed enough to come in and I started calling games right away as a play-by-play announcer.
Longley tipped, down and in, and the Foresters taking the second set. Mateo with a nice cutback, she'll take the hit, left foot, that's in! Takes the three, that's good!
Through FDN Sports, it's really going to feel like a professional setting. I'm looking to really just take it to the next level, really just upgrade this FDN Sports and let people know that, FDN Sports is here to stay. We're here to battle with everyone.
With radio, students definitely thrive here just because we are hands-on right away. I have a little weekend weather update for you here. Friday, it looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful, a high of 72. I think radio and podcasting is a great way to have other people's stories shared, whether that be their testimonies or me just having the chance to talk to people and be able to pour into them in some sort of way.
In the past couple of years, we have taken huge strides. We also do live shots, we're doing more news packages, doing more stories that affect the community. With all the politics going on recently, we've been able to do stories about that.
More a lifetime asset than an education.
And God bless you.
And I will let my future take care of itself.
And vote for Donald Trump.
Hey, keep it locked right here on Forester Radio 105.5 FM.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at FDN Sports. I'm Logan Hunt.
Well, that's all we have for you in this installment of FDN News.
Welcome back to Platt Arena as we get started with our starting lineups. First of all, for IU Northeast.
And starting at guard, we will have Ronald Alexander. He's a 6'3" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana. At the other guard, we will have number 3, Rashad Richardson, a junior, 6'6". He's one of our lookout players, Noah. At number 5, we have Chris Dixon Williams. He's a junior, 6 foot tall, out of Illinois. Number 11, we have Chris Bolden, also a junior. He is 6'5". And to round out the 5, we have John Mosser, number 24, a senior out of Valparaiso. Noah, what's kind of some things you're looking for out of Northwest today?
Yeah, Northwest, really, I expect that they would use their height to their advantage. Really, they have some fairly tall guys playing for them. Huntington with Trevor Lockwood, but also Tyler Aarons, of course. Really, if they kind of get them worn out, if they really just kind of pound the ball in there, I feel like IU Northwest could really do a lot of damage. As we now bring you Huntington University starters. First off, number 3, Connor Platt. He's a sophomore guard out of Huntington, Indiana. He graduated from Huntington North High School, so this is his hometown. This is his crowd. really looking to do a lot of damage here this year. I mean, for a freshman last year, he had a 30-point half, which is absolutely incredible. So looking forward to see what he does for the rest of the season. Also, number 10, Mike Bush. He is a 5'7" senior guard out of South Bend, Indiana, graduated from John Adams High School. Also, number 20, Mason Coverstone. He is a junior 6'6" forward, 190 pounds, out of Columbia City, Indiana. Really, again, really wanting to see a good junior season out of Mason. He has the potential. Number 24, Andrew Yoder. He is a 6'4" sophomore forward. Only his second game playing, and he's starting. He started in his first game as well. I am really looking forward to see what he's going to do. But then 44, Tyler Ahrens, junior 6'8" forward out of Tweister, Indiana. Graduated from Muncie Central High School, so really expecting a lot of great things again from him tonight. He is averaging 19 points a game for the Foresters so far this season. So really looking forward to see what he brings to the table here tonight. But again, 2 sophomores, 1 junior, 2 seniors for the starting lineup for the Huntington University Foresters.
And no, I think some keys to the game for both teams. For IU Northwest, first of all, they got to play aggressively and they got to play through Richardson. He's their leading scorer on the year. It just seems like he's the guy they always look for. They also can't let HU get hot going too early, because we've seen time and time again, if HU starts hitting shots, they can bury a game very early in the first half.
Yep, and as we start off, Huntington wins the tip. And quick foul by number 24, John Mosser. That is his first, team's first, game's first. And so that's pretty big with being a 6'7" senior, really. That's a very odd mistake by him. Mike Bush with the ball, backdoor down to Connor Platt, loses it, and it will stay with the Foresters.
Yeah, nice backdoor cut there by Connor Platt, but you'll see Mike Bush always looking for that extra pass. We know he can score with the ball, but more of a facilitator, as we see Connor Platt make an easy shot from the short corner.
Yeah, Andrew Yoder did a great job of looking straight at him. That play worked perfectly. Just a little wide open jumper as number 11, Bolden, now hits it over to Mosser. He shoots a 3, misses, rebounded by Connor Platt, gives it over to Mike Bush, and he will take the ball down the floor. Gets a screen from Coverstone. Coverstone now with the basketball. Over to Mike Bush. Look for Andrew Yoder there for a second, but gives it over to Connor Platt. Connor Platt gives it down to Tyler Ahrens. Loses it, gets it swatted out of bounds by number 11, Bolden. Pretty good defense by the Redhawks so far.
Yeah, and the Redhawks look like they're a pretty athletic team so far.
Almost a double dribble by Coverstone. Ahrens now with the ball, trying to get it to Platt. Platt puts it up with 1 second to go. That 3 is good.
Man, as Connor Platt showed time and time again, he can just flat out shoot the ball.
Missed layup by number 1, Alexander. Mike Bush takes the ball down the court, gives it over to Andrew Yoder. He goes to the inside, passed out to Mason Coverstone. 3 is good. 8-0 Huntington. Quick timeout by IU Northwest.
Big back-to-back threes there by the Foresters.
And we will take a break right there with them. 8-0, Huntington University up against the Redhawks.
When I set foot on Huntington's campus for the first time, I just knew that this was the place I was supposed to be, and that decision forever changed my life. I was a new Christian at the time, but I grew so much while I was at Huntington. I felt known and I felt valued there, and the education department was just so great. In fact, I found a job before I even graduated, and I believe that's because my classes at Huntington equipped me to do so. I'm fulfilling my goal of serving others through teaching, and because of Huntington's impact on me, I now have that desire to pass on those values to all my students.
In high school, my life felt empty in a way. I was living in a world full of temptations and distractions, and I needed to be transformed, I guess you could say. Here at Huntington, there are many ways that I experienced that transformation. As a film major, I feel encouraged by my friends, upperclassmen, and by my professors. Other students and staff are willing to pass on their knowledge, and that inspires me to do the same towards others.
Back here in Platt Arena, quick start for the Foresters. Just like you said, Ryan, do not let the Foresters get hot. Already they're hot.
Yeah, and HU's one of the teams, Noah, that they can really come out and they can beat any team really in the conference or in the nation, I think, on any given night in Platt Arena.
Richardson goes up for a layup, misses. Tyler Ahrens gets the rebound, gets swallowed away by Mosser, but now Connor Platt at the other end puts a 3 up, misses. He was really feeling hot, so he kind of jacked that one up, but the ball goes out of bounds, so Red Hawks basketball.
Yeah, a little bit of a quick shot there by Platt, but after you hit that first one and you're feeling a little hot, I mean, I don't think Coach Platt's going to be too mad about that as we see Richardson get an easy one inside there.
Yeah, good assist by Mosser as Mike Bush takes the ball up the floor for the Foresters. Good pick by Tyler Ahrens. Mike Bush does a little jump shot, rattles out. Tyler Ahrens gets the rebound, back in for 2. 10-2 now.
Yeah, nice offensive rebound there by Ahrens to keep that possession alive and keep the Foresters up 10-2.
Alexander out now, passing it over to Williams. Williams to Bolden. Back to Mosser now. Mosser taking the ball himself, not able to make the layup. That is about the 3rd missed layup for IU Northwest. So that is really going to start hurting them if they don't start making those. Ahrens now with a 3-point shot, and that's good.
Big 3-pointer there by Ahrens, and if the Foresters keep shooting like this and the Red Hawks don't hit easy layups, this game's going to get out of hand quick, Noah.
Mason Coverstone in there, swatting the ball away. Recovered by the Red Hawks. Little dump down pass. Tipped out of bounds. Quick substitution for IU. Number 21, Michael Cantry. He's going to come in for Mosser. But wow, what a start by the Foresters. 13-2. Really, you've been wondering, at least I've been wondering so far this season, when are the Foresters really going to come out hot? Quick 3 by number 3, Richardson, and a foul on the floor by the Foresters. That's going to be on number 24, Andrew Yoder. His first personal foul, team's first, with 17 minutes left on the game clock.
Yeah, and with Cantor checking in, Noah, he's one of those guys that plays a pretty predominant 6-man role, as we see him miss a 3-point shot there.
That's going to be a foul on the Red Hawks. Number 1, Ronald Alexander, his first, team's second now. Fouls are really starting to come. Mike Bush now with the basketball. Guarded by number 5, Williams. Mike Bush giving it to Connor Platt, the sophomore. Back to Bush at the top of the key. Pump fakes, goes in the inside. Mason Coverstone now. Long 2 ball missed. Rebounded by Mike Bush, though. Now it's Connor Platt. Thought about the 3 and a traveling violation called. Feet just a little bit too quick right there.
Yeah, it looked like Connor already had his feet set and wanted to shoot that, but didn't really expect the defense to come out as quick there and tried making something out of it. But Connor Platt definitely with that 1 3-pointer already is looking to get real hot tonight.
Great looking student section for the Huntington Foresters. That entire section is full. Haven't seen that very often. As number 3, Rashad Richardson gets a 2-point basket to fall. 4-13 now. Kind of took both teams a little bit while to get a basket there. Mike Bush getting it handed off by Mason Coverstone. Mike goes in. Out to Tyler Ahrens. Thought about the 3-point shot. Back to Bush. Now a foul on number 3, Rashad Richardson. His first personal foul, team's third.
Yeah, and that's a big early foul on Richardson there, as he's really their big scorer on the season. He averages 17 points. We mentioned 21 last year and was really the spark plug in that team last year, as we see Mike Bush turn the ball over.
That was almost a carrying violation by number 5, Williams, but the official did not see it. Kick ball violation, though, on Mike Bush. Now, there on that last turnover by Mike, he thought that Connor was going to go into the inside. Connor did not, and so Mike gave a direct pass to IU, but now they're on defense. Williams now passing it up to Alexander. That is good. I'm sorry, that was Richardson. 7-3 now.
Yeah, and Richardson's going to hit those if you leave him open almost any time.
7-13. Bush with the ball, puts up a 3-ball, and that's good. Man, Forster's really heating up from the 3-point arc here tonight as Richardson pulls up a 3 of his own. No good. Rebounded by, actually tipped around and rebounded by Aarons. Bush now, bring the ball up, pulls up a 3. That's good again.
Woo, Mike Bush is feeling it tonight. Back-to-back 3-pointers.
Man, he looked back on his bench, gave him a huge smile because he is feeling it right now, Ryan. As number 3, Richardson with the basketball, guarded by Coverstone, the junior. Good screen by Cantry. Back up to Alexander. Richardson now again with the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Thought about pulling up 3. Cantry now gets a traveling violation called on him. 19-7. Substitution for IU, number 25, Kanan Cooper. 14 minutes, 47 seconds left to go here in this first half.
And the Forsters looking good really all around, Noah. Right now, defensively, we've seen them struggle a little bit on the year, but today it looks like they have it all together so far.
Kyle Platt now over to Andrew Yoder. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Cantry. Kyle Platt did come in on that last dead ball as 24. Now Kyle Platt gets the ball now, gives it over to Mike Bush. Mike Bush just drives it on himself. Dishes out to Kyle Platt. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by number 5, Williams. Williams bringing the ball up himself. Goes to the inside, out to Richardson. 3, no good. Rebounded by number 44, Aarons.
We almost look like we got a 3-point contest here tonight in Platt Arena.
Yeah, really lots of 3s being shot here tonight as Bush gives it over to Aarons. Now to Yoder. Bush thought about it. That would have been a really long 3 as Platt now goes up for 3. Rims out. Rebounded by Yoder. No good again. Cantry now with the basketball, taking it up himself. Pulled up, giving it over to Richardson. He goes baseline. Foul on the floor by Connor Platt.
Yeah, good job of Richardson using his speed to get around Platt as Platt was coming out. He thought Richardson was going to shoot him. Rightfully so.
And actually, that foul is on Andrew Yoder. That is his second. As number 2, James Nabors comes in for IU. And Trevor Lockwood comes in for Tyler Aarons. And also Zach Owens comes in as well for Huntington. Cantry now with the basketball down low. Mismatch on Connor Platt, and he goes up for a 2-point basket. 19-9. The Foresters lead the Redhawks.
Yeah, and with Aaron sent down, we'll see the Redhawks attack the inside right away.
And Mike Bush just does it himself. Goes out to Connor Platt. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Trevor Lockwood. And the official is going to call a foul on Trevor Lockwood. That is very shocking, as Trevor Lockwood seemed like he got a pretty clean ball, but the official said he had his arm on the underside of the Redhawks, and so that is why the foul was committed on him. First for Trevor Lockwood, 3rd foul for the team. Bolton goes up, gets an easy 2-point basket. The lead is knocked down to 9.
Yeah, and it looks like the Redhawks are really attacking the inside now as they see that might be a little bit of a weakness for the Forsters.
Mike Bush, short 3-point shot. Now goes up to Richardson. He goes up for a layup. Misses the layup again. Connor Platt with the rebound. Great hustle by the Forsters. Zach Owens now gives it down to Kyle Platt. Back to Owens. Thought about the 3. Goes to the inside. Layup no good, but draws a foul on number 11, Chris Bolden. Chris Bolden, that is his first personal foul. Team 4th. Foul's starting to really rack up for the Redhawks.
Yeah, Bolden's one of the guys we see play a lot of minutes for the Redhawks. Averages about 22, so a regular guy in there for Coach Horenda's starting lineup.
Zach Owens at the line. First shot is good.
We'll see Alexander checks in for Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson looking a little tired there. He's been in for almost 8 minutes now. Owens, his second free throw is good. Good job by him. Starting out 2 for 2, 21-11. Foresters lead by 10. Golden now with the basketball. Puts up a three-point shot. That's a funky three-point shot as Connor Platt gets the rebound and draws a foul against Cantry. Cantry really did not need to make any contact at all with Connor Platt, but does. First foul on him, fifth team foul.
Yeah, and we'll see Bolden sit down as Mosser will come back into the game. So looks like the Red Hawks have a little bit of height advantage out here on the Foresters.
Yeah, really that is going to play a little bit of a key pointer as we keep going here in this ballgame as Connor Platt gives it over to Mike Bush. Mike Bush setting up the offense. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pull back three-point shot, no good. Fought for by Trevor Lockwood, not able to get it as 25 Cooper gets the rebound, gives it over to Cantry. Almost lost the basketball as Alexander now with it. Over to Mosser.
Cantry looks like one of those guys you don't really want him to be handling that ball out on top.
Cooper now with the layup. No good. Rebounded by Trevor Lockwood. He was thinking about taking it. Gives it over to Owens. He goes up for a layup and just gets him on the shoulder. Layup no good.
Yeah, hard hit by Owens into the protective pad down there on the end. Under the hoop, but he will be going to the line for 2 more shots.
That foul was on number 25, Kanan Cooper. That is his first personal foul, team 6. So next foul committed by the Red Hawks will put the Foresters into the 1-and-1 bonus.
And we've seen Zach kind of struggle on the year, coming into the game only 1 of 4 from the charity stripe, but right now he's 3 of 3 today, so if you're Coach Platt, that's gotta be looking really good in your eyes.
Devin Murder coming in now for the Foresters, who replaces Connor Platt. And Zach Owens makes a little motion over to the Red Hawks bench. 4 of 4 for the night for the freshman as 2 neighbors goes in. Layup no good, and a foul committed by the Foresters by number 1, Zach Owens. Actually, no, number 10, Mike Bush. That is his first personal foul, team 4th.
And we see Mike really doesn't commit too many fouls on the year, and looks like Mike's kind of making his case over there with the refs, saying, I don't think I really got him too much there, but ultimately that's his decision.
It's all about angles. As number 2, James Neighbors, goes up to the line and makes his first free throw. Substitution for the Red Hawks, number 30, Armani Shorter, comes in for Cantry. Now, Armani Shorter, he is a 6'7" junior out of University Park, Illinois. He has a lot of height on him and definitely a height advantage on Trevor Lockwood. Neighbors, second free throw up, no good, rebounded by Kyle Platt. Mike Bush now with the basketball. Crowded Platt Arena here tonight. Mike Bush now throws it over to Trevor Lockwood. He goes up for 2 points and gets it in there, 25-12. Almost stolen away by Zach Owens.
Yeah, good job by Lockwood on that last possession, running down the floor. He knows if he's down there, Noah, Bush will find him.
As number 1, Alexander now gives it over to Mosser. Mosser squaring up to Kyle Platt, goes up for 2. That's a great shot by Mosser. Really looking comfortable over there.
Yeah, nice shot over the outstretched hand of Platt as we see Zach Owens take a shot from outside.
Yeah, a little strong for the freshman as Alexander takes the ball down the court, goes up against Devin Murder, misses the layup once again, rebounded by Trevor Lockwood, gives it to Mike Bush. He'll take it down the court for the Foresters. A lot of missed layup. Oh, great spin move by Mike Bush, goes to the inside. And a foul will be committed by Mosser. That is Mosser's second personal foul, team 7th, as Mike Bush will go to the line, shooting the 1 bonus as Cantry. And number 3, Richardson comes back in for IU. And Mason Coverstone will check back in for the Foresters as Kyle Platt sits down. So Mike Bush will be shooting the 1 bonus. And misses it. And Trevor Lockwood just commits a foul there over the back Actually, just a little bit of a push in the back. That will be his second. Team's fifth as Tyler Ahrens has to come back into this game. But he's rested quite a bit, so he should be fully prepared for coming back in now.
Yeah, but that's a big second foul on Lockwood, as we see Lockwood and Ahrens are really the only true big man that the Foresters have, so that's always kind of a struggle, only running 2 of them.
Definitely, and Richardson steps out of bounds. Number 5, Chris Dixon-Williams comes back in for the Redhawks as number 1, Alexander, sits down. Big turnover for the Redhawks as Zach Owens now running the point for the Foresters. Williams guarding him. Gives it over to Devin Murder. Now to Mike Bush. Mike Bush goes inside, loses the basketball. Nabors now bring the ball up against Devin Murder. He does a little move himself, gets a layup to go in. 16-25 now. I'm really surprised, Ryan, that IU is not doing any sort of press to this point as we go under 10 minutes.
Yeah, and really to this point, IU hasn't played too bad. They're just missing layups and committing silly turnovers, as we see Ahrens miss the little jump hook there.
Williams goes inside, floater, and that's no good. Rebounded by Mason Coverstone. Now to Mike Bush. He comes up the floor, behind the back pass by Mike Bush, but really not needed there. He throws it away. Turnover by the Foresters. Connor Platt and Junior Scott come in for the Foresters. Mike Bush and Zach Owens sit down.
And we see Junior Scott. He's really a guy that plays phenomenal defense. We saw him foul out on a couple games this year, Noah, but he just plays defense with such passion.
Oh, definitely. Quick foul on number 11 for Huntington, Devin Murder. That is his first, team 6th. So the next foul that Huntington commits will put IU into the 1-on-1 bonus.
Yeah, we saw a lot of fouls here really in the last couple of minutes, let alone this whole first half so far, Noah.
Cantry has not gone to the line at all so far this season. Misses his first, so still at 0% for the big man. Cantry now again, his second free throw up and good. 17-25, Redhawks trail the Foresters with a little over 9 minutes left to play here in this first half. Junior now getting it downside to Ahrens, losing the basketball, and now number 2, Nabors, goes up for a layup and misses and draws a foul. So he will be shooting 2 free throws as the foul is committed by number 11, Devin Murder.
And we see Nabors run over to the sideline, not really sure what's going on there.
Yeah, he kind of pointed at his mouth a little bit. I'm not sure if maybe he had gum in his mouth or what's going on, but he is at the free throw line shooting 2 free throws. First one is up and good. Andrew Yoder now checking back in for the Foresters. Devin Murder goes to the bench.
And we'll see Yoder come into the game. Yoder doesn't have a bad three-point shot, Noah, but at the same time plays a good amount of defense and can hang with a lot of defenders or offenders as the second shot by Nabors goes in. So we'll see him kind of stick with some of the more athletic guys out there on the wing.
Yeah, definitely. And Andrew Yoder, it's just really an interesting story with him. Really did not play at all. Well, actually, he did not play at all the first 2 games. Comes in the third game as a starter and does very well. As missed shot by the Foresters. And the ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll be a Redhawks basketball as Bolden checks back in for number 30, Shorter. But yeah, Andrew Yoder coming in, starting on the 3rd game, and now starting again this game. But really just, it shows just how much work that he's put in as Nabors puts up a 3-point shot. That's good. 22-25. Lead is knocked down to 3 points. Coach Ty Platt will call a 30-second timeout.
And there must be an invisible line out there somewhere around half court. We'll keep this one here, but Nabors went down there, not really sure what happened. Maybe he's just excited he got that shot and bringing his team back as Redhawks are only down 3 right now, Noah.
Yeah, James Neighbors is fairly shorter. He's 5'8", but so is Mike Bush. Mike Bush is still on that shorter side. They list him at 5'7". Again, both guards doing a great job to this point. Mike Bush just doing what Mike Bush does best, does a lot of great passing. Made a couple of mistakes there early on with that behind-the-back pass going out of bounds. Not very accurate with that, but he's been playing fairly good to this point. Again, 25-22, 8 minutes, 41 seconds left to go here in this first half of basketball.
And the Forsters haven't scored here in the last couple minutes, so we'll see if Junior Scott out here running the point now can get something going for the Forsters.
Connor now puts up a 3, no good, and push off by Richardson. That's really going to be costly. That is going to be Richardson's second personal foul, team 8, as Andrew Yoder goes to the line shooting the 1 in bonus. Mike Bush checks in for Junior Scott.
And I'm kind of surprised that Coach Arenda's keeping Richardson in the game right now with the 2 fouls, as we see that shot get missed. Tipped out of bounds by the Forsters, but with how much that Richardson means to this offense, you think he might want to sub a guy out for at least a couple minutes.
Yeah, definitely just kind of give him a little rest. But he is in the game as Williams gives it over to Bolden. And Williams back at it again, going on Andrew Yoder, breaks his ankles. Neighbors hits a 3-point shot. We got a tie ball game here in Platte Arena at 25.
Yeah, and the Redhawks showing they can hit a couple threes just like the Forsters can.
Mike Bush now thinking about taking it himself, loses the basketball. Neighbors all over him, steals the basketball, foul by Mike Bush. Bush really getting irritated now. And Neighbors will be shooting the 1-and-1 bonus. And that is Mike Bush's second personal foul. Team 8, as number 1, Alexander comes back in, and there's the sub that you were talking about, Ryan. And Zach Owens comes in for Mike Bush. And that will be a full timeout here in Platte Arena. 25 here for both teams. We will be right back.
It's just an incredible feeling to know that you are handing these folks the keys to a life-changing house. It's not just a house. It's not just walls and windows. It's a home that they get to bring up their family in, bring up their kids in, and show their kids what it means to get out of poverty and to make a better life for themselves. My name is Casey Colmorgan. I'm the Executive Director at Huntington County Habitat for Humanity. We are a construction company. We are a mortgage company. We are a financial institution. We are advocates for families. We are a budgeting center. And on top of it, we are also a retail store. So we wear a lot of hats as an organization. Our main focus is to serve the community any way we can. And so we want to help families empower themselves and find a better life through the process of homeownership. The need is so great, and that doesn't just mean families who are home.
Back here on Platte Arena, game tied at 25 between the Redhawks and the Foresters. Been a crazy game so far. Huntington was up by 12 points at one point. And now IU Northwest doing a great job of coming back. Not just saying, well, we're down by 12, we're just going to put it away now.
Yeah, we saw the Redhawks make some silly turnovers early. Layups really weren't their best friend at all, Noah. Then they kind of started getting a couple shots to fall and getting some fouls on the Foresters. And on the other end of that, the Foresters kept shooting some threes and just really couldn't get anything to fall through. And right now we see it's a tie game as Neighbors hits that to put the Redhawks up 26-25 with just under 8 minutes left in the ballgame.
Neighbors about ready to take his second free throw. Winds up, puts it up, and it's good. IU Northwest up by 2 against the Huntington University Foresters. Mike Bush brings the ball up the floor, looks over for Zach Owens, almost lost it as Bolden puts a little bit of hands on Zach Owens, and Zach tips the ball out of bounds. Turnover against the Foresters. Those turnovers are really starting to rack up for him as Nabors takes the basketball up, almost travels, gives it to Bolden. Now to Alexander. Bolden doing work on Connor Platt as he travels. Almost hooked Connor Platt as well, really. So again, another turnover by IU Northwest. So Bush now with the basketball. Again, looking for Owens. But Bush going to take it in himself. Goes up for a layup, and that is good, and a foul.
Big and one here for Mike Bush, as that'll be on number 1. I believe that is Alexander for the Redhawks. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Mike Bush now at the line, shooting his and one, misses, and is rebounded by Alexander. He'll take it up himself, doing a little move on Mason Coverstone, goes up for a layup, and he gets a layup to fall, and he draws a foul. Point guard's doing a lot here today, as that foul is called on number 44, Tyler Ahrens. That is Tyler Ahrens, I believe his second personal foul, and the team's 8th.
We'll see number 12, Javon Jackson, check into the game for Neighbors. Neighbors providing some big minutes here. We've seen him hit a couple big shots and free throws. I mean, he's got all of his free throws to go so far, as Alexander gets his to fall as well.
And that was actually Tyler Aaron's first personal foul, which is really good to see. Do not want both of your big men to have 2 fouls here in the first half, as Mike Bush, thinking about taking himself, passes it down to Zach Owens. Does not get that little shot to fall. Rebounded by Cantry. Now out to Williams. Williams now with the ball. Giving over to Alexander. Does a little shake and bake on Zach Owens. Doesn't phase him though. Williams getting it down to Alexander. Little post move. And a foul on the Red Hawks. Tyler Ahrens did have the position, so that's a good foul by the official. That's a good call. And 44, Tyler Ahrens will be shooting the 1-on-1 as number 21, Michael Cantry, comes in. Michael Cantry gets his second personal foul. That is the Red Hawks' 10th team foul. So for the remainder of this first half, the Foresters will be shooting 2 free throws as Tyler Ahrens makes his first. Junior Scott comes in for Zach Owens. And also number 30, Armani Shorter, who is not short at all.
Yeah, that's kind of a deceiving last name there.
This being a 6'7", that's not necessarily what I'd call short, as Mason Coverstone gets the rebound. Pass it now out to Connor Platt, to Mike Bush now. Great job by the junior. Junior Scott, Mason Coverstone to Connor Platt, to Junior Scott, now out to Mike Bush. Goes to the inside. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Junior Scott now with the ball. Gets away out to Mason Coverstone. He goes to the baseline, draws a foul, and cannot get that layup to fall. That foul is on number 12, Javon Jackson.
Yeah, it looked like the Foresters wanted to try to drive there and get something down low, but every time it seemed like a Red Hawk was right there in their face to kind of slow that down.
28-30 with Coverstone at the line, shooting 2. His first is good.
Yeah, Coverstone on the year shooting 57%. Coming into the game 4 of 7. So, I mean, Coverstone's not a bad free throw shooter. We usually see him make a lot more, as we see him get both here.
Yeah, good job by the junior. Ties it up at 30 with Bolden with the ball. All the way out to Shorter, and he takes a 3. Not even close. Rebound, basket no good by number 12, Jackson. Ball passed up to Mike Bush. He pulls up for a 2-point shot. That is good. 32-30.
Mike Bush over the long arm of Armani Shorter. Looks like Shorter's arms are almost as long as Mike Bush himself.
I'd say that's a pretty good prediction, Ryan. As Williams now with the basketball up top, pulls up three-point shot, and that's good. Northwest up by 1 yet again, right here in Platt Arena as Scott running the point for the Foresters.
Yeah, and it looks like every time one of the Foresters gets a shot, we'll see somebody else get a shot for the Redhawks. So we see Coverstone miss a big three, but Aaron's coming up big on the offensive rebound. No call there for a foul. But I believe this will stay Forester ball, but no, I think both of us can almost agree that I think I saw some contact on the wrist, arm.
Yeah, there was
all over.
From my angle there was, but by the official's angle, I guess there wasn't. Ball thrown away by the Foresters, another turnover. Really, that is the one thing that has been really killing the Foresters so far in this first half. That's really how they lost that 12-point lead, as Williams will bring the ball up for the Redhawks. Screen by Alexander, doesn't use it though, goes up for a floater, no good, rebounded by Coverstone. Great job of just getting that basketball, pulling it down, and keeping that ball in movement. I love seeing that. Mike Bush now going to the inside. That layup's good. 34-33.
Yeah, nice slice right down the middle of the defense for Mike Bush. Not letting them get set up.
Shorter now with a three-point shot. That's good. I mean, I don't think you can really scout that. I mean, 6'7" forward, really, I'm shocked. But, hey, if he can make it, that's just another weapon that they have in their arsenal. As a foul on Shorter, had two hands on him.
Yeah, Shorter's only 2 of 8 on the year, Noah, but I don't think we think too many 6'7" guys are going to shoot three-pointers. But at the same time, you look at the Foresters and you see Aarons will step outside really any time and take that shot as well. So a little bit deceiving there.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, that's a really good point because Tyler Aarons has shot a good amount of three-point shots in his career here at Huntington, and he was fairly consistent there last year too. I believe he was averaging about 40% as Zach Owens checks in for Junior Scott. Tyler Aarons able to make his first free throw at the line, and another one's coming to him.
Yeah, we see both of the young guards here for the Foresters struggling a little bit. Zach taking some maybe unnecessary shots and Junior committing some turnovers early on here, but I think with Zach sitting on the bench and coming back in, maybe get his head on his shoulders a little bit more and get back into this game as we see a shot there.
38-36 now with Bush with the ball. Thought about pulling up a three-point shot as gives it to Tyler Aarons. Little hook shot's no good. Rebounded by by Richardson, and he travels with the basketball. That's a good call by the official. Really lucky for the Foresters as well.
Yeah, Richardson was almost in disbelief right there, as I don't think he thought he traveled at all.
Number 1, Alexander back in for the Redhawks. Connor Platt taking the ball out for the Foresters.
Yeah, and the Foresters down 2 right now with just over 4 minutes left in the ball game.
Bush with the ball, head fakes, goes in the inside. Layup is good, 38s all around. And now Neighbors bringing the ball up. Goes on Mike Bush. Shorter now with the ball. He pulls up 3. That shot is no good. Rebounded by Mason Coverstone. Now out to Mike Bush. Bush bringing the ball down for the Foresters. Giving it to Aarons. A little higher of a pass there. Tipped away by Shorter. Shorter now gets the ball, but actually does not control it. Tipped out of bounds by him, and that will be Forester ball.
Yeah, and that's a really heads-up play there by Zach Owens to not touch that ball, as it looked like he was going to grab it, but just knew it was going out of bounds and probably wouldn't be able to control it. So we see Mason Coverstone check out of the game, and we'll see Devin Murder come in. A little bit of defensive help in the game for the Foresters.
Mike Bush now with the basketball. Going to the inside again, and I can't believe he even got the ball on the rim, but again, missed shot by him. Draws a foul against number 30, Armani Shorter. That is his second personal foul, and Mike Bush will be at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, that was a good job of Bush, though, to slice through that double team there. Looked like both guys were really close, but Bush just finding a way through as he knocks down his first one, and looks like he gets that bucket off of the rim for him. Struggled a little bit with his free throws today.
Mike Bush making his second one. 40-38 now. Neighbors bringing the ball up for the Redhawks. Shorter over to Alexander. Now back to Shorter. He goes up for an easy layup. Ahrens was just trailing him as he was cutting to the inside.
Yeah, Shorter's a really athletic big man that you'll see run the floor like a guard, as we see Owens take that one inside with real ease right there, Noah.
Yeah, it's good to see that the freshman is really starting to get comfortable out there, as number 12, Jackson, makes a pull-up shot, and he drains that one. 42s now. Game kind of got away from IU for a little bit, brought it back, and now one team goes up by 2, other team goes down and gets a basket to tie it up. Really, other than that, that's about the ball game. As Mike Bush makes pull-up 2-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Neighbors. Brings the ball down, goes up for a layup. Draws some contact, and a foul will be called on the Foresters. Foul will be called on number 1, Zach Owens. That will be his first personal foul, team 10th.
Yeah, it looked like Zach tried to poke the ball out there as Neighbors was driving in on Mike Bush. Got a little bit too much there as we see the sideline ref call that. Once again, though, Neighbors at the line and connects on his first one.
Number 11, Chris Bolden back in for the Redhawks. Number 3, Rashad Richardson comes out and goes to the bench. Again, Neighbors at the line, about ready to shoot his second free throw. Up and good, 44-42. Redhawks lead the Foresters now.
Yeah, Neighbors not a guy we see get a lot of minutes, only averages 4 on the year, but I think he's played more than 4 in this first half as Owens takes that to the hole, but looks like he lost the ball as he went up, and foul will be called on the floor there. Shout out to Andra Tividad. They're running the sweeper.
And there was no foul called right there, so Forster ball. That ball was tipped out of bounds by the Redhawks. Mike Bush now with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it over to Murder. He goes to the inside, goes up for a layup, draws a little bit of contact, and that layup is good. 44s. Neighbors now quickly bringing the ball up the floor. Mishandles it a little bit. Shorter now with a 3-point basket, and that is no good once again. Zach Owens now rebounding the basketball. Mike Bush bringing it up now. Out to Tyler Ahrens for a 3-point shot. That's good! 47-44, the Foresters lead the Redhawks.
Yeah, good job of Ahrens taking advantage of being left wide open on that.
Out to Shorter, 3-point shot by him. That's good as well. He just turns around in disbelief, Shorter, that he actually made that. And you know what? I mean, he has a decent shot on him, but has not been shooting the greatest from the 3-point arc, as now Connor Platt with the ball. Out to Mike Bush, telling Connor to cut. Gives it down to Ahrens, loses his footing, and now that ball goes out of bounds. Substitution for the Redhawks, number 25, Kanan Cooper. He replaces number 1, Ronald Alexander, as 32, Trevor Lockwood comes in for Ahrens. And remember, Trevor Lockwood has 2 personal fouls. Only a minute, only a minute and 11 seconds left to go here in this first half. So something to keep an eye on as Lockwood goes up against Shorter. Shorter goes inside. The sideline official is going to call a foul on Trevor Lockwood. I didn't think he made an excessive amount of contact there, but that is his 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, and with Lockwood checking into the game with just over a minute left, you really don't want him to pick up a foul. You just want him to play solid defense. Don't let Shorter shoot those outside shots, but comes in the game and really gets a foul almost right away, as we'll see Kyle Platt check in for him. So we'll have both the Platt boys, Mike Bush, Zach Owens, and Devin Murder on the floor for your Foresters.
Shorter misses the second free throw, and an over-the-back call by Bolden is called. Just a mistake by Bolden. So now Devin Murder will be shooting 2 free throws for the Foresters as Bolden has picked up his second foul, I believe, here in this contest. Again, Devin Murder at the line. His first one is good.
Yeah, Devin coming into the game hasn't shot any free throws on the year. Not really getting a ton of playing time, but when he does a good job of providing solid defense out there and has a pretty good shot on him as well.
49-48, the Foresters lead the Redhawks. And foul on number 1, Zach Owens. That is his second personal foul. As number 12, Javon Jackson, goes to the line shooting 2 with 55.9 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at how many fouls we've had in this first half, Noah. Both teams really getting a lot of guys, not necessarily in foul trouble, but there's got to be a ton of guys with at least 2 fouls for both teams.
Yeah, I agree, and it's going to be interesting to see here, especially in this last 56 seconds, if anybody's going to pick up a third foul, as Jackson able to make his second one as well. 49s all around. 50 seconds left to go here in this first half. Mike Bush brings it inside, out to Platt, over to Murder. Murder almost zigged when he should have just stayed. Now over to Kyle Platt. He goes to the inside, out to Devin Murder. He goes up for 3. That is no good. Rebounded by Kyle Platt. Great job by the big man. Mike Bush now draws a foul against Bolden. That is a mistake by Bolden.
Yeah, and it almost looked like Bolden and Napers was gonna try to trap him there, but Bolden just getting a little too aggressive and picked up that foul.
I think part of that is also that he was a little late to the party too, and so he had to kind of try to get another step ahead of Bush, but he was unable to, as Bolden again picks up his third personal foul. And number 3, Richardson, I don't think they were necessarily planning for him to come back here in this first half, but he's going to have to as Bolden picks up his third.
And with 30 seconds, any guy on the floor that really picks up another foul is really going to kind of hurt his team going into the second half, because now you get, as a coach, do you play a guy start coming out of the half? Do you sit him? What kind of strategy do you use?
And blocked by Kyle Platt, but the official sees contact. And see, now that's a thing. Kyle Platt did get all ball. Zach Owens, on the other hand, came behind Jackson and got some body. So that foul will be called on Owens. That is his third personal foul. And Jackson will go to the line shooting 2. He shot a good amount of free throws so far here in this first half. So we'll have to see if he can come back up, make 2 big free throws, and maybe even the Foresters and the Redhawks will be tied here at half. That first one is no good. Substitution for the Redhawks, number 4, Ian Davis, comes in for Richardson. And like I said, really, I was shocked to see Richardson, and so I'm not shocked to see him come out here quickly.
Yeah, we'll see Junior Scott come in for Zach Owens. Owens, those big 3 fouls, his second shot is missed.
Yeah, Jackson missing 2 very big free throws. Now the Foresters have an opportunity to extend their lead going into half. 15 seconds left to go. Bush waiting for one final shot.
And
10
the
seconds
shot clock is off.
Bush on Davis, goes to the inside, passes back out to Kyle Platt. That 3 is up, and it's good! 54-49 at the buzzer. Great kick out by Mike Bush, and yet another assist to his name. Here at the half, 54-49, Foresters lead the Redhawks right here in Platt Arena. I'm Noah Tobias, along with Ryan Lockhart, and this is FDN Sports.
FDN News is our campus news station, and we are just a news station that shines Christ light on campus and in the Huntington community, whether that be going to a presidential rally or talking about the meal plans on campus. Everything we do for the glory of God.
with news, you have such a great opportunity to go out, to hear people's stories and tell their stories, and to be light and to share that light. So my goal for FDN News is first and foremost that students would learn, that they would engage, they would learn a little bit about themselves, about communicating with others, refine their skills, and become expert storytellers for the kingdom of Christ. The benefit to coming to Huntington and being in the Forrester Digital Network is you get hands-on experience. So we have some freshmen coming in that week 1, they are taking a camera out and they are teaming up with an upperclassman and refining their skills. So by the time you graduate, you've got 4 years of hands-on and classroom experience.
FDN is so much fun. I feel like it really is a great aspect of the school, and I'm so glad I get to be a part of it as a freshman especially. Like, it's just a great experience.
You can love working on camera and be part of FDN. You can love storytelling and be part of FDN. You can be a math student and be an FDN. Like, anybody can do it. It's a big family. We have fun together. And I just encourage, if you've ever been curious about news or what a newsroom looks like, volunteer with FDN whenever you can.
Well, that's all we have for you in this week's installment of FDN News.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership in the church would have the skills and the knowledge that they need.
Some of what I'd want our program to be known for is being really clear-minded about linking our own program vision with the Lord's vision for His people and for the kingdom. What we want to do is be faithful to that which He's called us to. And some of that would be that we believe that the Church of Jesus Christ is going to be well served when it's populated and led by people who have stories of being reached by Christ and are now being well formed to follow Him no matter what the cost.
The alumni office at Huntington University is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member, and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who've graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really an honor and a privilege to be a Forester. I knew that this was going to be the university that I was going to graduate from, and I have friends here that will be lifelong.
So one of the things that's kind of fun about our department is we have regular gatherings. We call them Friday at Fairchild's house, and Dr. Mark Fairchild hosts these gatherings for our majors. We get together, I guess it's about once a month.
First I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, we're gonna go hang out at a professor's house. But for my Greek class, he offered extra credit if we would go. So I was like, it's worth it. I'll take some friends with me and try it out. And it was a ton of fun.
I think that's one thing that's kind of unique about Huntington. We really are able to joke and get to know each other outside of the classroom on a personal level. We really become friends, I think, with our students.
The experience of being able to sit in a professor's house and engage in scholarly discussion and informal discussion over something faith-based is, I think, very unique to this university.
If you look at a variety of the research regarding the top skill sets that employers are looking for, communication always ranks top 5. Many times it's the top 3. These are skills that are far more important, not only in job, but in life, in family context, in social context, in professional contexts.
One thing that's different about Huntington University as a Christian college is that we have a journalism major. Other Christian universities and the Council of Christian Colleges and Universities have a communication major in which you then subspecialize in these different areas. We have an actual major in journalism, an actual major in public relations, an actual major in communication studies.
Teachers try to incorporate different aspects of like the Bible into or core curriculum. There's so many things that can spark, you know, excitement, enthusiasm. But here you're reminded that in all of that fluff, in all of that glam, that Christ is the center and Christ is core.
One aspect of Huntington University that I think makes us distinctive is the fact that 100% of our teaching faculty have PhDs. Also, here at Huntington University, the communication department, we offer 2 very different perspectives on the same field of communication. So we have 2 professors here that view the field quite differently, and I think the students benefit from that.
when I look in the Gospels and I see Jesus interacting with people, he was a really good communicator and understood people well. That's kind of what communication is about, trying to be clear about what you're saying and to understand people. And so by practicing communication, I think we can become better at doing that.
Who am I kidding? I know.
All right, here in Platt Arena, I'm Noah Tobias along with Ryan Lockhart, and it is halftime here in Platt. 54-49, the Foresters lead the Redhawks. And Ryan, you know, it's been a pretty crazy half because really, Huntington, they were up by 12, really close to the beginning of the game, and then all of a sudden, turnovers started happening, and really just it was starting to get chaotic for the Foresters, and Redhawks did a great job of using that to their advantage and coming back, and they ended up tying it up, and for the longest time, it kept on going back and forth between tied and somebody was up by 2 points, tied, somebody was up by 2 points. So how about you tell us a little bit about the statistics coming out of this first half?
Yeah, the Foresters came out shooting red hot. We saw Mike Bush make a lot of really good shots and keep the Foresters in this one. Seemed like they were going to lose control a little bit. Mike Bush had 18 points and 4 assists in that first half. Tyler Ahrens as well had 11 points and 5 rebounds. So 2 of the guys you really think that are going to keep this Foresters team in it almost all the time. And I think our surprise here for the Redhawks has to be James Neighbors. Comes in the game really not averaging much, only averaging actually 0 per game. Never scored this season before, and coming out 15 points, 3 steals, and 2 rebounds. So breakout game for Neighbors. And then we see Amani Shorter with 9 points and a block as well. So Shorter's come out. He's kind of hit a couple big 3-point shots, Noah.
Yeah, definitely. Amani Shorter really not looking like he'd be the guy to really come out and shoot 3-point shots, but really he's done pretty decent with shooting his 3-point shots. But again, 10 turnovers to 5 turnovers. Huntington having the 10, I mean, that is huge, and that is really the story for the Foresters. But Mike Bush, I mean, you know, you and me were talking about it a little bit ago with that 18 points. I mean, if you would have asked me how many points he had, I would have said, you know what, he probably would have had around 12 or so. I mean, but for me, I feel like that was kind of a quiet 18 points, and that's really awkward for me to say, but I don't know. That was just kind of my point of view.
Yeah, Mike kind of did his work in silence. He's 2 of 3 from deep and also 6 of 10, but at the free throw line, he's 4 of 6. So really, it's kind of been an all-around attack for Mike tonight. Usually we kind of see him take it to the hole a lot or maybe get a lot of 3-point shots, but tonight he's really doing it from all over, and I think that's something, like you said, we think it's a quiet 18 points, but Mike's showing up, Mike's playing ball, and he's looking really good tonight compared to how we've seen him playing the past couple games, Noah.
Yeah, definitely, and Mike Bush, he's one of those guys where of course he's a passer. I mean, he's averaging almost 11 assists per game. But so far, really, he's only had those 4 assists, so we'll have to see if that changes here in this second half. Again, 54-49 here in Platt Arena. Foresters lead the Redhawks. As Redhawks just kind of finish up with 30 seconds left to go in this half. Really, Huntington doing a fairly good job here in this first half. Really, there's a lot of great things to see as Mike Bush, doing about everything. I mean, I can't tell you the last time that I've seen him really get over 15 points in one half, and really for anybody on the Forester squad, I can't tell you the last time I've seen that. Really, it's just been a lot of equal scoring every single half. I mean, of course, as the game goes on, those one or two people will kind of stand out. Usually, especially this season, Tyler Ahrens and Mike Bush. I mean, last year it was Dan Wool and Mike Bush usually, but I mean, really, good things are to come here for the Foresters if Tyler Ahrens can keep stepping up. But again, kind of going back to Andrew Yoder, I still really enjoy seeing Andrew Yoder here in this starting lineup. I mean, I don't know what Coach Ty Platt thought of putting him, why he thought of putting him in the starting lineup, but it's a good change for the Foresters.
Yeah, and I think for the second half, one big thing we're going to have to watch out for, aside from fouls, is really turnovers. The Foresters had 10 in the first half, and that's something you don't see from a Ty-Platte squad. Is we see Mosser miss an early shot here, and Tyler Ahrens gets the rebound and looks to get this Forester attack going.
Yeah, good rebound by Tyler Ahrens. Mike Bush now with the basketball. Giving it to Mason Coverstone, almost loses it, but now Bolden steals the inside pass. And Richardson goes up, oh, and that has to be a traveling violation. He took 3 steps at least, but the official does not call it. As 5, Williams takes a 3-point shot, and that is good. 54-52.
Yeah, and that was a deep shot by Dixon Williams there. Saw Connor Platt's hand up, but just real deep there as we see Ahrens. Nice inside pass from Mike Bush, and Bush dropping dimes once again out here.
Yeah, Bush picking up his 5th assist now. Will be interesting to see if he's going to be able to get to his 10 for the night. Bolden gives it to Williams. Back to Bolden. Williams wide open 3-point shot. That's a knuckleball as Yoder gets the rebound, stolen away by Alexander. Bad pass by Yoder, and an easy layup by Alexander. Really just a careless pass by Yoder. As Connor Platt now taking the ball up. Seems like Williams is really starting to face guard Mike Bush.
Yeah, I don't think Yoder saw Alexander out there on Mike Bush. It's just one of those things that you just miss when you look over there.
Yeah, Mike Bush now trying to make something happen. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Coverstone to Bush. 3, 2, 1 up by Bush. Hits the rim. Mosser with the rebound. Really not a lot of movement on the offense by the Foresters. Dixon now. Sorry, Williams, and a travel violation on Alexander.
And we see once again turnovers being a problem for both teams here. Kind of hindering between turnovers and fouls. First half kind of seemed like it went by slow, Noah.
Yeah, definitely. There was just a lot of things that stopped the clock with, as you said, turnovers and fouls. And Mike Bush with the ball. Could have cut to the outside right there as he gives it to Connor Platt. 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Mosser. Passes it to Williams. And now traveling violation by Bolden. Another turnover.
That's got to be the 4th travel of the night for the Red Hawks. You know, and that's just simple stuff. It's not even like it's a catch and shoot travel. They're just getting their feet set and moving too quick there.
And remember, the winner of this ball game will face tomorrow at 3 o'clock against Trinity University. So 3 o'clock, the winner of this ball game, and the loser of this ball game will be at 1 o'clock. Tyler Ahrens for 3 points, and that is good. 59-54. Foresters back up by 5 points as Williams pushes the ball up the floor, gives it to Richardson. Alexander now pulls back up, gives it over to Williams. He drives to the inside, goes up for 2, and that layup is good. Foresters really, somebody needs to just step in and stop Williams. I mean, it's as simple as that. Just kind of step to the inside a little bit with a little help defense.
Yeah, we saw Ahrens come out on the offense there and kind of provide the answers. We see Coverstone take a 3 and hit it. Big shot there for another 3-pointer for your Foresters to put it at 62-56.
Bolden now with a 3-point shot. Another knuckleball from him. It is just no backspin on that ball whatsoever. It's a fairly awkward shot. Coach Platt not happy with that call as the Red Hawks keep possession of the ball. Richardson now pull up, long 2-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Alexander. He goes up with a 2-point shot. That bank is good.
Yeah, good job there by Alexander to get that rebound and keep the play alive for the Red Hawks.
Bush now, no look pass to Coverstone. Could not get it, blocked now by the Red Hawks, rebounded by Andrew Yoder. Mike Bush now with the ball, go to the inside, and a foul on number 5, Williams.
Yeah, and once again, we'll see fouls being called really at both coaches' dismay, I think, almost, Noah, as nobody really agreeing with them here, but just settling with them.
Mike Bush now with the basketball. Dump down pass to Andrew Yoder, and he goes up for the 2, and that's good. 64-58. Foresters again up by 6 points with a little under 16 minutes left to play. Bolden now for 3 points. No good. Rebounded by Ahrens. Out to Mike Bush. Looking to run the floor. Goes to the inside. Foul by Bolden. Bolden really got to be careful now. He picks up his 4th personal foul, and that will take us to our first media timeout here in the second half. Again, Huntington up 64-58 here in the second half. We will be right back.
At Lakeview Middle School, I'm a 7th grade language arts teacher. I primarily teach 12, 13, and sometimes 14-year-olds reading and writing.
One of the unique things about the teacher education program at Huntington University is the relationships that are developed between the faculty and students.
They are super thoughtful people. They want to be a part of your life. They want to, be your mentor and help you through this process of becoming the best teacher that you could possibly be.
I have a very good relationship with a lot of my professors from Huntington, and I think that's because they asked me questions that were even outside of the classroom. And then after class, I wanted to tell them about things that were going on in my life and the exciting things with teaching.
And because our class sizes are small, we get to know them as people, we get to know their strengths, weaknesses, because then we know how best to help them. And it also simply makes the whole experience a lot more enjoyable.
I still use a lot of the activities I learned with them with my students today. And so it was really helpful to
Right here in Platt Arena, 64-58. Foresters are ahead of the Red Hawks. A lot of scrappy play from both teams here starting out the second half. Lots of turnovers, a few fouls. Bolden now in deep foul trouble with 4 personal fouls. Number 25, Kaden Cooper, take a sub, and IU was not ready, so Mason Coverstone had a free shot, and he missed it.
Yeah, you heard the refs blow the whistle multiple times here.
Definitely.
Kind of telling IU, hey, guys, let's go. Timeout's over.
Cooper over to Mosser. Mosser trying to direct traffic, gives it over to Cooper. A 3-point shot, that's good. 61-64 now, only down by 1 possession. Mike Bush, guarded by Williams. Breaks his ankles. Sorry, just kind of redirects him, but shot goes up, no good, but Yoder draws a foul on number 5, Chris Williams. So now number 30, Armani Shorter comes in for Mosser. Mosser didn't see a lot of time there late in that first half, so it's good to see him back here in the second half with Connor Platt missing a 2-point shot. Rebounded by Tyler Ahrens. Over to Mike Bush. He goes to the inside. Dump to Tyler, and 2-point is good.
Yeah, nice find by Bush down low. It looked like he really could have took that or dished it off. Either one, whatever he wanted to do.
Armani with the 3-point shot, and no good. Tyler Ahrens again taking down the rebound. Mike Bush thinking about taking it to him. Tyler Ahrens with 3-point shot, no good, just short. Connor Platt, though, with a great rebound. Andrew Yoder, pump fake, gives it to Ahrens. That is easy 2 points for the big man, 68-61.
And the
Foresters back out.
Foresters are making the little passes look easy tonight.
Definitely more in flow here early in the second half as number 3, Richardson, does a great job of stopping that momentum as he gets a basket of his own. Foresters still up by 2 possessions. Bush looking for that backdoor by Connor Platt, not able to get it to him. Again, very little movement for the Foresters offense. Ahrens now with the basketball. Takes it down on Cooper, and that shot is good. Draws a foul on Cooper.
Yeah, big and one here opportunity for Ahrens, but good recognition to go at Cooper, who's the smaller guy here by a big disadvantage. Only a 6'4" freshman, as we see Coverstone and Yoder both go to the bench. We'll see Owens and Kyle Platt check into the game for your Foresters.
Number 2, Neighbors, and number 21, Cantry, back in for the Redhawks. Cooper trying to plead his case, but really there's nothing to plead as Ahrens goes up for his and one. No good. Shorter gets the rebound, gives it over to Richardson. Cantry back over to Neighbors. Back to Cooper. Long three-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Ahrens. Ahrens really stacking up those rebounds now. Interesting pass to Ahrens to Bush. Really, Neighbors right there. Mike Bush, spin around. Kyle Platt, Connor Platt, 3 points, no good. Rebounded by Ahrens. And the ball goes out by Ahrens, and so Red Hawk ball.
Yeah, and that's one of those 50-50 balls. No, I think we could have seen really go either way, but see the Forcer switch from a man-to-man to a 2-3 defense here. So that'll be a kick ball. So it'll be an inbound from under the hoop, but interesting strategy here going with a 2-3 zone to kind of confuse this Red Hawks offense.
Yeah, definitely. 70-64, Forcer's up by 6 as Neighbors inbounding the basketball out to Shorter. Cooper all the way to Richardson. Goes up for 2. That layup is good. Really looked easy for him. And Coach Ty Platt, again, not happy with that. And I wouldn't be happy about that either. That is fairly easy for him. As Connor Platt now with the ball. Gives it over to Mike Bush. Mike, take a three-point shot himself. No good. Rebounded by number 3, Richardson. Neighbors now, three-point shot of his own. A little long, rebounded by Zach Owens, and a foul on Kyle Platt.
Ooh, I'm not too sure about that one. You know, I don't like to be that guy that disagrees with the ref, but I think on that one, Kyle Platt can definitely plead his case there.
Yeah, Cooper, he fell backwards, and Kyle Platt was standing still. Not really sure what the official saw there. Shorter takes a three-point shot. No good. And see, that's a foul on the Red Hawks. Kyle Platt going straight up for the rebound and gets fouled by number 3, Rashad Richardson. And Coach Ty Platt really just kind of going at the refs, and he's being told to calm down a little bit as Mike Bush takes the ball up for the Foresters. That was Rashad's third personal foul, team 5th. Foresters only 1 foul to this point here in the second half. Basket no good. Cooper with the rebound. Gives it to Richardson. Back to Cooper. Long three-point shot. Short. And rebounded by Owens. Really should have just let Connor Platt get to the ball. But Owens just kind of tripping over his own feet as Lockwood comes in for Ahrens. And a 30-second timeout taken by the Red Hawks.
And we'll see both teams right now kind of struggling offensively and defensively for that matter. I think the fouls kind of have both teams out of their rhythm. We've seen the Foresters, they kind of play like an up-tempo, shoot the 3 ball when it's there. And the Red Hawks tonight look like they like to run in space, but both teams right now look like, just with this stoppage of pace, they're just struggling with it a lot, Noah.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams really struggling on the offensive side. Huntington are getting a few shots to fall, but turnovers, again, as a stat of this game that's really standing out to at least me. 70-66. Foresters up by 4. A couple of Red Hawks in foul trouble. They start picking up their 3rd and 4th fouls. Again, 5 team fouls the Red Hawks have, and only 1 to the Foresters' name here in the second half as Richardson with the ball now.
And we'll see the Foresters stay in this 3-2 zone defense.
Cooper now with the ball going to the inside, passing to Shorter, and 2-point basket good, 68-70. Again, another easy basket for the big man of the Red Hawks. Devin Murder now set to check in for the Foresters as Mike Bush now goes around, passes out to Kyle Platt. He goes to the inside, passes it out, and a body foul will be called on number 2, James Nabors. That is his first personal foul, team 6. So the next team foul that the Redhawks commit will put the Forcers into the 1-1 bonus for the rest of the second half, which is, I mean, they picked up those 6 fouls there really quickly as Mosser checks back in for Shorter. Again,
yeah, we're not even at the 10-minute mark, let alone the 11-minute mark to pick up that many fouls this quick, Noah.
Definitely. Mike Bush goes to the inside himself, and Nabors picks up his second foul in about 10 seconds. So that will be his second personal foul, team 7th, and Mike Bush is actually going to be shooting 2. The official having a little bit of a word with Cooper. I'm not sure what that was necessarily about, but Cooper was pleading this case for something as Mike Bush drains his first free throw, and really that is what the Forcers need. Forcers not really doing that hot from the free throw line so far this season, only shooting about 63% coming into this ball game as Mike Bush makes his second free throw, 72-68. Forcers up by 4. And Richardson bringing the ball up, giving it to Nabors. Nabors again having a big first half with 15. Richardson now going in. And that ball rolling on the rim, going in. 72-70. Zach Owens bringing the ball up for the Foresters. Owens now going to the inside. Pass back out to Mike Bush. Going inside, a very dangerous pass to Connor Platt. And a foul will be called on number 24, John Moser. I'm going to say it. I'm shocked. I thought that was all ball. So again, calls kind of poorly on both ends called, but I thought that was a jump ball. I thought Moser had all ball right there, but the officials again saw something that we didn't see, 72-70. As Trevor Lockwood goes up for 2 free throws, and his first one is good. Mason Coverstone checking back in as number 5. Chris Dixon Williams comes in for number 25, Cooper. Again, Trevor Lockwood at the line, shooting his second, and that his second is good. He looks comfortable from the line, and I love his confidence right there, Ryan.
Yeah, Lockwood, when he's come in this year, he's provided really good minutes. Defensively, he's been really good. He's got a lot of blocks on the year for the team. We see Richardson jack up a 3, but nothing going. But Moser inside, getting that to go for him. Yeah. Big offensive rebound for the Redhawks.
Yeah, definitely. They were in need of that just to keep within striking distance. As Williams losing the ball, finally giving it off to Mike Bush. Mike going to the outside, passing it to Coverstone. And Owens not really moving, just staying in that same spot. He's going to the inside, giving it off to Lockwood. Lockwood goes up for 2, and that's good.
Yeah, good feed there by Williams to find Lockwood on the inside. Looked like he had nothing there and was going to have to go up with it, but doing a good job as a freshman to recognize that.
Almost traveling violation called, but number 21, Cantry, able to make that easy 2-point basket, 76-74. Redhawks still trail the Foresters by 2. Owens now getting over the line, but losing control of the basketball. Really does not need to be doing that. As Williams just grabbing on to Trevor Lockwood's jersey and pushing off a little bit, but a 3-ball made by Richardson. Redhawks up by 1 now. First time this second half that they had taken the lead. So let's see what kind of response the Foresters have to that as Mike Bush gives it over to Murder.
Yeah, Richardson's hit a couple big threes here in this second half to propel this Redhawks lead.
And one basket good by Trevor Lockwood. That is huge. That is great job by Trevor.
That'll be the 3rd foul on Michael Cantry. So far today, Cantry's provided some minutes off the bench, but just foul trouble, really like anybody else in this game, though, is just eating him up today.
Yeah, definitely. That is his 3rd personal foul. As Lockwood makes his and one basket. Great job by Trevor, 79-77. Putting in some good offensive minutes there. Cantry trying to inbound the pass a little bit early there, trying to get a head start. Fisher calls him back, and now play is resumed as Williams with the ball over to Nabor, down to Richardson, over to Moser with 2-point shot, no good. Rebound by Richardson, and yeah, that's a reach-in foul by Mike Bush. He kind of swatted down, and really every time you swat down, it doesn't matter really if you make contact with him or not, that official will call it, and so I'm not shocked by that call at all.
Yeah, we'll see Devin Murder take a seat as Lockwood will come back into the game. So with two bigs in the game and Mason Coverstone, the Forcers got a little bit of size out there on this lineup.
Well, apparently they called that foul on Devin Murder. I think they called that on the body. That was his third personal foul, so he's in a little bit of foul trouble. And that was only the Forcers' second team foul. Ball not even close. That was just really thrown away by Nabors. Now, again, another turnover. Mike Bush with the basketball.
Yeah, and we'll see the Forcers did go back to man on that last defensive possession as Mike Bush finds big old Tyler Ahrens down low for an easy dish and basket.
Yeah, definitely needed.
They almost make that look too easy sometimes, Noah.
Definitely. As Mosser turns around, goes up for two, no good. And a foul on the Forcers. I don't know. I don't know. And that foul was called on number 20, Mason Coverstone. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I just don't know. Mason Coverstone, that's his first. Team third as number 12, Javon Jackson comes in for the Foresters. Jackson now inbounding for the Red Hawks. Cantry getting a little handsy down there with Lockwood trying to push him out. 30-second timeout called by the Red Hawks. Really just a couple questionable calls, Ryan.
Yeah, we've seen calls here being late, but really if you want to look at it, it's not like it's just been the second half. The whole game's kind of been like this, so you can disagree and argue with the refs, but both teams have played with it. They really haven't made no changes up to this point, but at the end of the day, it's an 81-77 ball game. Forcers are up with about 8:27 left in the game.
It'll be really interesting to see what the Foresters got. And also the Red Hawks, Red Hawks struggling just a little bit, but doing a good job of staying with the Foresters. Going basket for basket. Either down by 2 or 4. But again, Red Hawks really need to stop with the silly turnovers. I think that's the one thing that's really holding them back from being ahead in this ball game. As number 3, Richardson, about ready to inbound the basketball for the Red Hawks. Richardson in trouble. As number 12, Jackson goes up for a layup. Kept the ball right in front of him, which is great. Trevor Lockwood with the rebound. Mike Bush gets the basketball, brings the ball up. Now looks down under for Lockwood, not able to get it to him. Out to Zach Owens. Maybe should have thought about shooting the basketball. Refs thinking that it was blocked. Jackson now, pump fake. And a great job by Mason Coverstone and Tyler Ahrens getting the jump ball.
That'll
Great
be
job.
Forster ball.
That is absolutely huge. Great hustle by both of them.
We'll see Zach Owens take a seat as Connor Platt checks into the game.
Yeah, Zach Owens really should have thought about taking that last shot that he had, but other than that, 81-77, the Foresters lead the Red Hawks. We will be right back here in Platt Arena.
What makes the HU music department special, I think, is basically the people that make up the department.
It's like we're one big family. Instead of just friends coming together to sing and do music work, it's more like we're a family, like just brothers and sisters.
Students have an opportunity to bond with one another in a smaller group It gives us a chance to interact more closely with the students, to answer all their kinds of questions that might arise.
The professors are really knowledgeable, very talented, and you can tell that they really care about individual students.
We incorporate the community sometimes, so it's really good to get to meet new people from Huntington and throughout the community and just to work with everyone.
The choir performs lots of times out in area churches. The function of what we do here at Huntington is to try to make musicians and also God-honoring musicians.
It's very much a supportive.
Back here in Platte Arena, 8 minutes to go in this game, 81-77. The Foresters are ahead of the Red Hawks.
Yeah, and if we take a look at stats so far up to this point, Noah, really we saw Mike Bush had 18 at halftime, but kind of struggled here. Only has 2 points in the second half to go 20 points, but does have 9 assists right now. But I think the big story has to be Tyler Ahrens. Right now he has a double-double with 24 points and 10 assists, but that's something we almost expect him as we see Connor Platt miss the shot from just outside the elbow.
And then Javon Jackson goes up for an easy 2-point layup as it goes to 81-79 now. Under 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in this ball game. Force is only up by 1 possession as Mike Bush has the ball. Giving it out to Ahrens. He takes a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Mason Coverstone. Gets to Mike Bush. He goes to the inside, pops right back out to Tyler Ahrens. That 3-point, no good. Rebounded by Trevor Lockwood, and that's good. You know, it is very interesting. I just now realized that Trevor and Tyler are both out there at the same time. I don't think I've seen that in the 3 games that they have played yet, but Force is really going big there. Mike Bush doing a great job of keeping his hands up. Number 1, Alexander, shakes and bakes Trevor Lockwood a little bit, misses the 2-point shot, and goes off Trevor Lockwood out of bounds. So it will remain Red Hawk ball as Kyle Platt comes back in for Trevor Lockwood. Something's going on with Trevor's his waist or something. I don't know. Who's complaining about something, so that's why he came out. But he's going to the back with trainer Beth Harrell. Monster now at the top of the key. Outside, and actually a charging violation on number 24, Monster.
Yeah, and big charge take there by Mike Bush. You really don't expect Mike Bush to be one of those guys to step in there and take that. Like we said, he's 5'8", and he's really not too big of a guy, but big call there for him.
Yeah, Monster, that is his 4th personal foul. And if I was Huntington, because the Red Hawks are not taking him out, I would go straight at him. I would give the ball right to Mason Coverstone, and that's going to be a traveling violation on Connor Platt. Couldn't stop right away. I'm not sure if the floor was a little slick right there or what.
Yeah, and on the floor for your Foresters right now, we'll have Junior Scott, both the Platt brothers, Tyler Ahrens, or Mason Coverstone.
As Armani Shorter comes in for the Red Hawks, Monster sits right back down. You had to expect that with him having 4 fouls. Williams taking out the basketball, going to the inside, weaving in and out, and gets an easy layup. Scott now taking out the basketball. Ahrens pump fakes, goes inside. Hard foul, does not call it. As Jackson now 3-on-1. And Alexander gets the easy layup. Good job of the Red Hawks taking full advantage of that 3-on-1 situation. 83s all around right here in Platte Arena, under 6 minutes to go. Junior Scott, easy layup for him. And a timeout taken by the Foresters. That'll be a 30-second timeout, and we will stay right here.
Yeah, and good job there by Junior Scott to get Dixon Williams a little mix up there. He kind of got his back turned, and right there, Junior exploded toward the hoop and had the easy, really uncontested layup, Noah.
Yeah, Junior Scott really did a great job of seeing that lane and taking full advantage of it. Again, really early on, Red Hawks could not make a layup. Now they're getting some really easy looks for layups as those breakaway points are starting to add up for them. But also Huntington doing a great job of keeping the ball moving. Really, at the beginning there of that second half, Huntington was really struggling to keep everybody moving. Everybody was just kind of standing still, and I could see the frustration on Coach Platt's face. And I mean, the game that Huntington plays is you got to move the ball around fast, but you have to move it around with purpose. And then also just the three-point game is very crucial for the Foresters. Williams now with the basketball for the Red Hawks. He goes to the inside on Junior Scott, pulls up. Shot no good, rebounded by Tyler Ahrens, gives it off to Zach Owens, and Owens will bring the ball up. Again, both freshman guards in there for the Foresters. Goes off to Junior Scott.
And we see the Foresters kind of slow down their approach here. Coach Platt, this only a 2-point game. You know he doesn't want it to get out of hand too quick.
Again, Scott going to the inside, passing out to Owens. He goes up for a layup, and that's good. Extends the lead back to 4, 87-83. Under 5 minutes to play here in Platt Arena. Both teams wanting to get to that championship game at 3 o'clock tomorrow as number 3, Richardson, misses the three-point basket, rebounded by Alexander. Alexander goes baseline, pump fakes, gives it right back out to Richardson. Good job by him getting out of trouble. Richardson goes in, dives his shoulder to the inside. Traveling violation called. Great call by the official. Really, it's a heads-up call by the official, but a great job just moving your bodies around with the offensive people by the Foresters. Really doing a great job there.
Yeah, and I think that's been one of the easier calls for the officials today. We will see Mike Bush check back into the game and Junior Scott take a seat. Saw Bush need a little breather there. Ask Coach for a sub.
Yeah, and I understand that. He worked so hard out there on the floor. Tyler Ahrens going to the inside and one! Great job for the big man, Tyler Ahrens, just adding to his points for this game. Actually, so at the beginning of the game, I said that he was averaging 18 points, but really, he's averaging 22 points a game, and he is over that mark already with still a little bit over 4 minutes to play in this ball game.
And it looks like Ahrens can extend this to a 7-point lead if he gets this basket here. And really down the stretch, Ahrens has been the guy that the Foresters have been looking for. Mike Bush has kind of controlled it, but whenever he kind of struggles a little bit, Ahrens is always there for a safety net.
Shorter picking up his third personal foul back there, but then another foul called on the Foresters. That foul will be on Tyler Ahrens. That will be his second personal foul. So he is still in no foul trouble at all. Lockwood is back on the bench. Not sure what his diagnosis is by Beth Harrell. We'll see if he'll come back in here soon as Mason Coverstone checked to set in, but Richardson makes his first one. Again, Mason Coverstone back in for the Foresters. Comes in for Kyle Platt, and number 21, Cantry, comes in for Shorter.
Yeah, and Cantry, one of the guys in foul trouble. He does have 3 right now, along with Moser, and Bolden has 4. And really haven't saw Bolden too much in this second half, really at all, after he picked up that 4th foul, Noah. So interesting move by Coach Herenda here to keep him on the bench and kind of save him.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that as Mike Bush, my goodness, drains a huge three-point shot to extend it to 8, 93-85. This is his game. I mean, this is really his breakout game right now, and he's really been needing one of these. Javon Jackson, pull-up 2-point shot, and that's good. 93-87 as Mike Bush brings up the ball for the Foresters. Screen by Tyler Ahrens. Ball given to Tyler. Now over to Zach Owens. Looking for something to the inside. Zach gives it to Mason, over to Mike. Mike, huge three-point shot. Not sure why he takes that shot. Now Williams with the basketball for the Red Hawks. Thought about pull up just a little bit there. And he'll go in for an easy 2-point basket. People really have to start on that. And
I think that will be a delay of game call on number 12, Javon Jackson.
I think that's only a warning. You get a warning, and then the next one is a technical foul, I believe. And so the official just kind of going over that with the gentleman that's doing the scores book. So that stops play, and Devin Murder inbounds it in to Mike Bush.
Yeah, and with the 4-point game now under 3 minutes, this is usually where we see Mike Bush step up and really take over the game, Noah.
Speaking of Mike, there he is. Gives it off to Tyler, and a foul called on Bolton, and that is his 5th and final foul. He is out of this ball game now as Williams comes in for him. Bolton is done for the night. He has played a pretty decent game, so that is going to be a fairly large loss for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, and we'll see Bolton take a seat, and now if you're the Red Hawks, this is kind of where you want Rashard Richardson to step up a little bit. He's got 17 points in the second half, and he's a guy that he leads your team in points as we see Aaron's miss his first shot, so really you looked at him in crunch time as the Forcers looked at Mike Bush. I mean, you need both these guys to step up and take control of this game right now.
Tyler Aarons now his second free throw up and good. Good to see him make that second one. 94-89. Forcers up by 5. Williams letting that ball roll down a little bit. Spin move. Puts the ball on the inside. He gets it back. As now Richardson with the ball. Guarded by Mason Coverstone. 3-ball up and good. Knocks that lead down to 2. So now really, it's still in reach, obviously, for the Red Hawks. So Forcers need to be playing smart. There's a little over 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. Mike Bush going to the inside, looking for a kick out. Not there. Finally gets it to Devin Murder, and now over to Mason Coverstone. Gives it back to Mike Bush. Reset with 10 seconds on the shot clock. He just pulls up 3, and that is good by Mike Bush.
Does Bush's shot look nice tonight or what, Noah? You can always count on Mike to really rely on him anytime.
And that is really just a clutch shot for him. 21. Territory goes in and really is not able to make that layup. 97-92. Forcers up by 5. Keentry not able to make that layup go down. Mike Bush with the basketball. Down to Tyler Aarons. Ball tipped away by Jackson. He goes down again to take it himself. 2-on-2. Jackson goes up. Swatted by Devin Murder. And a foul on Tyler Aarons. What's the foul on Tyler Aarons? He's calling a push call. And that is his 3rd personal foul. I'm shocked. I did not see any contact between Tyler Aarons and any Red Hawk player.
Yeah, it looked like that loose ball was going to work out for the Forsters as Tyler was about to poke it away, but just another foul call there, and we've seen that time and time again.
And because that was a loose ball, he had every right to go after and dive for that ball. Traveling violation on number 12, Javon Jackson.
Another silly mistake by the Red Hawks, and really we've seen that time and time again. No, it sounds like a broken record, but they just keep shooting themselves in the foot and putting themselves in holes here.
Ryan, I don't know about you, but I still can't get over that block by Devin Murder. I mean, that was absolutely huge.
Looked like he almost came out of nowhere to catch that one from behind.
And I mean, you cannot get more all ball than that. As Zach Owens, the freshman, with the basketball, gives over to Mike Bush. Takes it toward the inside, pass out to Zach Owens. He'll come up, jump shot for 2 points, rims out, rebound by Mike Bush. Gonna waste some time, a little under a minute now.
Only a 5-point game under a minute, Noah, as Devin Murder will take a 3-pointer, and it is no good, but Forsters get the rebound once again. We'll see Mike Bush try to kill a little bit more clock.
Mason Coverstone to Devin Murner. 36 seconds, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Redhawks need to foul. They need to foul. And they do. Foul on number 21, Cantry. Oh my gosh. 30.4 seconds left on the game clock. So the shot clock will stay on just for those 0.4 seconds. But Mike Bush, senior guard at the line for the Foresters. Oh my gosh, and free throw no good. Really needing it to go in as number 25, Kanan Cooper, comes in for number 12, Javon Jackson. Mike Bush really needing this one.
And even though this game is still really close, if you're a Forster, you kind of got to breathe a sigh of relief as Mike Bush hits its second one to push this lead up to 6 now. 25 seconds remaining as Rashard Richardson takes the three, no good. Coverstone with the rebound.
Now Zach Owens with the ball, not really looking for number 5 there, Chris Dixon Williams, and he will pick up a foul. That will be his third. Zach Owens now at the line. Forsters up 98-92, the most points the Foresters have scored this entire season with 15.5 seconds left. Again, Forsters up by 6. Really, this is the one. Yep, that is now a 3-possession ball game, 99-92. And he just needed one, really, to make it 3 possessions. So good job by the freshman in a very pressurized situation now. His second free throw up and just rims out. Williams with the rebound. Goes up for a long 3-point shot. Shot no good. Rebounded by Coverstone. Ball to Mike Bush. 5 seconds. And that will be the ball game. 92-99. Huge ball game for the Foresters. Did a great job of finishing out this ball game. Got that second win, and now they are 2-2 on the season. When we come back, we will have your post-game show right here in Platt Arena. I'm Noah Tobias, along with Ryan Lockhart, and this is FDN Sports.
Dr. Tanner Babb. I'm an assistant professor of psychology and also the head of the psychology department. Psychology is really a study of the self. It's a study of how our mind works, how we relate to people, friendship, dating, intimacy, conflict, and it's a class that meets college students right where they are. We have a very unique approach to teaching psychology, and I think it's also a very tight-knit program. It's a very close community, and I think a lot of students come to Huntington because they want a lot of individual attention. They want the opportunity to be able to talk with a professor, to build a relationship, and to be able to talk more about their education than just what occurs in class. And because of a lot of our students' specific interests, I mean, with a smaller program, we really do try to tool what students are learning to what they plan to do after they graduate. It's just a blast to teach because I'm able to have conversations with students as they go through relationships, as they struggle with friendships, as they try to figure out family relationships, and it really just hits at the heart of current struggles that they have. And students always leave that class feeling a lot more prepared just to be college students and prepared for the vocations they're going into. I'm very happy if my students leave Huntington knowing how to integrate their faith with psych, but also feeling very well prepared for fields where they get to work with people.
My name is Anita Gray, and I'm the director. My absolute passion is teaching students how to use credible sources. I ask them questions, have you thought about this, have you thought about that? And all of a sudden that light bulb goes on and they go, aha, and they get it. I don't think there's any better feeling in the profession than that. It's just so exciting to watch a student go through the process of learning. I've had several students and faculty say, you know, I went down and looked for this book and I found another one that looks really interesting. So I decided to check that one out too. or I need to look a little bit more in my subject area because there are some really good materials down there. I liken it in some ways to Alice in Wonderland. You fall into the hole of the area of your study, and Alice had constant discovery. She had to have constant discovery because strange things were happening to her. She had to learn how to get out of them or how to deal with them. And that's the same way with learning. When you start falling into that hole of a topic and you need to learn more and you need to find out more and you have to do this, and sorry, I get really excited about this. That's what you can do in a library. You can go into the shelves, you can go into the stacks and look and see if you can find more information than what you just specifically went for.
Being a theater major is so much more than singing and dancing. It's about telling a story with your performance. It's about engaging with the audience.
When I put on my dancing shoes, I feel a rush. Suddenly, all the pain and sweat from rehearsals is worth it.
Theater demands a lot from a person, what with the long days, exhausting practices, and sore body parts. However, it's got a lot of rewards. Like when I'm getting ready for a performance in front of my boudoir, it hits me. With every stroke of makeup I put on, I realize that there is no place I'd rather be.
Making an audience come alive through our acting, dancing, and singing is an irreplaceable feeling. Being a theater major is a thrilling experience that comes with emotions and excitement. It is during practices that bonds grow stronger.
When I go out there and the spotlight shines on me, everything goes from black and white to color. Small, trivial things suddenly disappear when I'm in front of an audience. That's what being a theater major is all about. Being a theater major is so much more than singing and dancing. It's about telling a story with your performance. It's about engaging with the audience.
When I put on my dancing shoes, I feel a rush. Suddenly, all the pain and sweat from rehearsals is worth it.
Theater demands a lot from a person, what with the long days, exhausting practices, and sore body parts. However, it's got a lot of rewards. Like when I'm getting ready for a performance in front of my boudoir, it hits me. With every stroke of makeup I put on, I realize that there is no place I'd rather be.
Making an audience come alive through our acting, dancing, and singing is an irreplaceable feeling. Being a theater major is a thrilling experience that comes with emotions and excitement. It is during practices that bonds grow stronger.
When I go out there and the spotlight shines on me, everything goes from black and white to color. Small, trivial things suddenly disappear when I'm in front of an audience. That's what being a theater major is all about.
When a family has to make one of the biggest decisions of their lives,
Hello, I'm Ryan Lockhart, joined here by Coach Ty Platt. Coach, first of all, congrats on the big 99-92 win in the first round of the Ness Brothers tournament. Looking ahead, though, actually go back to this game. We kind of had foul trouble really all night, and then I think we can say questionable calls and that. We can talk about that later. But how do you think the guys looked playing within the foul trouble in the game itself?
Well, we did. We had I think there were 28 or 30 fouls in the first half combined, and if they're going to call it that close and tight, then we need to be a little more physical, going to the rim more, try to get to the foul line ourselves more, and that kind of thing. But then I think what helped us a little bit is we went to a zone in the second half, and that kind of changed them a little bit. I mean, made them not be able to just kind of freelance do their thing. And I thought that worked pretty good for us for a long time. But you've got to rebound out of it. You can't give up second shots and that kind of thing. But I thought the 2-3 that we played in the start of the second half helped. Nowhere close to a great game yet from us. I mean, we feel like we still got a ways to go to where we come back, and I feel like we really played well or something like that. I thought the start of the game was fantastic. We had energy, we had a bounce about us, we had the ball moving, we had some good shots, and when shots go in, it leads to good things on both ends, and everybody feels good. But then we kind of let off the gas. I don't know if we thought that we were just going to cruise around and have just a real nice night here where everybody just gets everything they want. But IU Northwest won 21 ball games last year and have a lot back, almost everybody back, and so they've got athletes and guys that can score. So we knew that they could do that, but I'm not sure our team knew that after they got such a great start.
Now, you talked about the guys didn't play as good as you liked, and you haven't seen that game yet, but two guys that did have a really good night were Mike Bush and Tyler Aarons. Mike had 27 points, and Tyler had a double-double. I believe he ended with 11 rebounds and something like 28 points. Can you kind of talk about those guys and what they've kind of meant for your program the last 2 years and this year especially?
Well, they're a big cog of what we do. I mean, Mike's awfully good at the point guard spot, and then Tyler's a big, strong body that can shoot the ball from the outside as well as score inside. I felt like tonight he could have had even more because inside they were going to have a real hard time guarding him. And, we just didn't get him posted as many times as we needed to. We needed to go the inside more. That's kind of an adjustment we made at halftime, and it materialized into good things for us. Obviously, Mike is very dangerous because you don't know where he's going, what he's doing defensively against him. But we got to get people like Mason and Connor, hitting shots more and knocking those things down. We can't have Connor 2 out of 11 and Mason 2 out of 8. We got to have those guys. I'm not ripping them. I'm just saying, with those guys get rolling, then we can be pretty darn good. But we haven't been there yet. But as long as we win and get there eventually, that's the main cog. So we're excited to play Trinity tomorrow. They're a very, very good team.
Now, you talked about that game tomorrow. It is at 3 o'clock, and you watched Trinity play a little bit in the first game against Clark. What kind of things do you think they bring in? How do you think they look, and what do you think the game's going to look like against them?
Well, they got some good shooters, good scorers. They play with a high level of confidence. They get the big kids 7-1 inside's a load. They got a couple other guys that are really big and strong. And so, we don't have some of that strength that they do, but it's one of these things where we're going to have to play really solid defensively and close out on shooters because they can score, and it should be a real battle. I mean, Trinity's a team that won 30 games last year or something like that, and went to the national tournament, and they do a really nice job there, and so it should be a real fun game, hopefully, and a great environment, and this is what you want to play for, is these kinds of things.
All right, Coach Platt, thank you for the interview. Congrats on the big win tonight. Rest up because big day tomorrow, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I'd like to say thanks to all our fans for coming. We need you all tomorrow. I'd like to say hello to my grandmother I know is listening. Hopefully still, it's kind of late, but she's 93 and listens and wears her Forrester stuff, and I appreciate her and love her. But let's have everybody out here tomorrow again, get crazy, and have some fun.
Thank you, Coach Platt. Have a good night. And now we'll go over to Noah for some post-game stats.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Coach Platt, for coming out and giving a little interview. Always appreciate him doing that for us. But let's go to some stats as we'll start with IU Northwest. As a team, they shot 34 of 76 for all the field goals with 10 rebounds, 10 turnovers, and 9 steals. Also with 16 assists. That is really looking good for them. Field goal percentage, 45%. Not a bad statistic for them, though. I mean, really, when you're in the mid to high 40s and really even the lower 50s, I mean, that is just something to really be proud of. IU Northwest definitely playing a good game tonight, as James Nabors had 15 points in the first half, didn't get any more there in the second half, with 3 steals and 2 rebounds to cap off his night. And Rashad Richardson coming out with a big second half there with 22 points and 3 rebounds. Now over to Huntington. Excuse me, as for team stats, 32 out of 73 for field goals with 52 rebounds. So Huntington won that big battle, 52 rebounds to 40 rebounds with 15 turnovers. Only had 5 turnovers there in that second half, with 21 assists for the team, and 44% was the field goal percentage. A huge thing for the 21 assists. Really, that just shows just how much that they work together as a team. Really love to see that. Mike Bush, 27 points, 9 assists. Didn't get to that 10 assist mark that we've been talking about all game, but Tyler Aarons with 28 points, 11 rebounds, again, double-double, as Ryan was talking about earlier. Great to see that. Really, his hard work is definitely just coming around for him. And then also Trevor Lockwood had 11 points. And Coach Platt was mentioning a little bit about the personal fouls, and IU Northwest had 29 personal fouls. Huntington was 17. And again, free throw percentage for the Forcers, again, not what you want to see. I mean, it's getting better, definitely 75%, but definitely lots of room for improvement. Well, that will do it for us here in Platt Arena for tonight. Join us tomorrow at 3 o'clock as the Foresters go against Trinity University Trojans right here in Platt Arena. For me, Noah Tobias, Ryan Lockhart, Logan Hunt, Bray Snyder, Braxton, and Paige Schreiber, thank you for joining us, and this is FDN Sports.